Hello and welcome to another one of our videos. Today we're going to be taking you through all the modifications and changes that we've made to our rooftop tent. So to start off with, if you haven't seen any of our other videos so far, I'm Steph, my husband's name's Chris, and we're travelling Australia currently in our Nissan Patrol with our rooftop tent. We've got a Bundutech Bundutop electric rooftop tent, and we've done a few videos in the past on pros and cons, showing a look at it being installed and how we got it brand new. So all in all, we really liked the tent, which is why we chose to buy it, but there was a few things we wanted to change. A few of them are necessary, that we thought were necessary, and the others were just personal preference and makes using the tent better and nicer for the both of us. So we'll start at the start. The first thing we changed was the colour of the rooftop tent. So we initially had a powder coated white tent, and it looked quite bulky on the top of our car. Obviously changing the colour doesn't actually change the size. We actually had it wrapped by a gentleman in Lismore, which is near our hometown in the Northern Rivers. So he wrapped it in a black vinyl, and then we had white lettering. We chose to put our Instagram and Facebook and our sort of name for our YouTube channel on there so that people could follow along with us. We found the black colour just to be a little bit easier on the eye and made it look that little bit smaller. So the next thing that we did, the main thing that we wanted to change, was the ladder and the way that it attached to the rooftop tent. So we've done a video explaining the ladder, and we've also shown how we made the changes, but basically the ladder that we got was just in two separate parts. It was quite slippery and bulky, and it also didn't adhere or connect to the rooftop tent securely. It just sat in this tray, and if you moved inside the tent, the ladder could slip out of the tray. So we upgraded that and made a few changes so that it's now secure, and we've got a telescopic ladder which is a lot more sturdy and safer to climb up and down into the tent. So something that we felt we needed pretty early on was somewhere to put our shoes. Because this rooftop is basically just your bed, you don't really want to have wet or dirty shoes coming inside. So we like to have a spot outside for them. So we actually had a little tray made up just outside the door that we climb up and down, just to place our shoes on so they're not coming inside the tent and getting dirt and moisture everywhere. So all the shelf is just a bit of folded aluminium that slides in and out, and it's just secured by a little bolt, and we just undo that every day and use that to place our shoes on at night. So we also hardwired the tent to the car, and at the same time we had our solar added as well. So we just put a flexible solar panel on the top, and the wiring for that was also pre-installed, and that they come like that from the manufacturer. So it was a lot easier for the auto electrician to wire all that up. The solar on the roof is only a small 130 watt flexible panel, but it is helpful being there all the time as we're driving and parking, knowing there's a bit of power coming into our batteries when there's sun in the sky. So on the inside of the tent, we chose to upgrade our mattress. It was a pretty big decision because we wanted to find something comfortable that also fitted in here, closing the rooftop up and down, and also something comfortable enough to sleep on every single night as we're traveling Australia at the moment. So we're sleeping in here full time. So it was probably one of the trickiest things was finding a good mattress, and we went to a few different foam stores, and we just weren't happy with what options were out there. And then Chris happened upon a brand that usually do a lot of lightweight hiking type gear, but they do have a mattress that basically fitted in here perfectly. After we had a little bit of a look online and did a bit of research on these mattresses, we chose to get one. It was a bit of an investment, but it has been super comfortable and has worked really well so far. So what it is, it's an X-Bed Mega Mat Duo mattress, and it is sort of like a self-inflating mattress which you add air into but has foam inside, but you can also pump it up with a pump that comes with it, and you can get the desired level of comfort that you like. So we just let the air out in the morning, and when we're setting up the tent before we go to bed, we'll pump up as much air as we like and then close the valves before we hop in for sleep. And we've found it to be really, really comfortable. It's also got a really good R value, so in cold weather it's been really, really good at insulating and keeping you warm and not losing that heat through the foam. So this is the pump that comes with it, that just attaches into the valve, and you pump like this, and that pushes air into the mattress, and there's a deflate valve for when you're done. So we've also noticed that since we've upgraded our mattress, we've been able to store quite a lot of stuff up in here on a regular day-to-day basis. So when we fold up the tent, we include 2 pillows, 2 doonas. We added one in Tasmania because it was quite cold. We're able to leave our pajamas in here, a bag or 2 for your stuff up in the tent, and our ladder. So being able to have our mattress condensed down has meant we're able to fit and store more things up here, so that we've got more space in the car, and also we don't need to move things around from the car up here every single night. Next up, we added in a little laptop table, and this is just a really basic idea. Basically all we wanted was something that we could put the laptop on of a night and watch movies and shows without having to put it on the mattress and lay on our stomachs or sort of sit up watching it. So we basically have just got some carabiners and some paracord with a little shelf that we found at Bunnings, and we've just been able to make a little hanging platform that we can put our laptop on each night when we want to watch something before bed. The other thing that we found we needed to change was the zipper pulls. So there's lots of zippers in this tent. You can access inside and out all of the zips, so there was lots of little metal zipper pulls. So we'd never really noticed this before traveling full time, and it really became a little bit of an issue in Tasmania just because of the constant wind. So when there's wind throughout the night, the zipper pulls all tap and clang on each other, and it's just enough to alert your mind and keep you up. So Chris had chopped off all of the metal zipper pulls and has replaced them with leather ones. It's just pieces of kangaroo leather strap, and it's looped through where the zipper pulls would be, so you can still easily grab and move the zipper, but they're not loud on each other. There's no noise when they hit together or anything like that. So that's been something that has helped a lot each night since, because we've had a lot of wind, and it's made a huge difference sound wise. So the other change that we've made to the tent is we added on an awning, the added room, which is another Bundatek product. It's a newer released product. We didn't have that originally. So basically it's just a little bag that looks like an awning bag that you'd have on the side of your car. It's attached on the roof, and you can pull that out, and it creates a really nice undercover area for climbing up and down the tent. We use it quite often, and it just covers, if it is raining or whatever, you've got somewhere nice to climb down. Your ladder and your window isn't getting wet. That also comes with a wall kit, and to be honest, we don't really use that too much. It is just made for privacy, and also if it is really bad weather, you've just got somewhere dry to climb down. So all in all, the changes we've made to the tent we're pretty happy with. It's good to know that you can make changes to suit you even after you buy a product, because sometimes there's things that you can't get, like you can't get something that's got every single thing you want, but it is possible to make changes here and there to suit your individual style of camping and what you like to do. So I hope you got a few ideas from there. If you've got a rooftop tent and you've got any other ideas of modifications that work really well, feel free to let us know. And if you've got any questions or anything, as always, chuck them down below. We'll get back to everybody. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in our next video. Bye.